I don't want to talk too much or speak too much about various things, but I'll say this, right? I feel like there needs to be an adjustment in terms of the way we see each other as black people, as black women and black men. I feel like there's an adjustment that needs to be made in how we treat each other and how we see each other, right? Sometimes I feel like as black men, it's almost like two forces that are trying to fight so hard for complete dominance and complete control, when knowing like that the fact that the other is best suited for certain things and the other is best suited for certain things. And it's like, as black people, if black men can not be so overly dominant and relinquish some of that power from time to time, when it's better suited for a woman to lead, and when a woman can relinquish that power and let the man lead when the man is most fit to lead. And I feel like when that balance of synchronization like actually takes place, then I feel like we'll see an end to our struggle as a community. I feel like, it's a teamwork thing that has to be laid from all black men and all black women. Just straight up like that. And I feel like black women, even though us as black men and as black women, we're given the power to sustain ourselves with masculine energy and feminine energy. I feel like at the same time, in order for us, at least for a period of time, we're able to sustain ourselves by ourselves. But to be most effective in carving out a community and serving each other and building a great giant dynasty, nation like we want, like we want to. The most important thing is to relinquish that power and give it to, give that power to where it's, where it's best seen fit, for women, and for men, right? Like, as men to relinquish that power and give it to the woman, or to the black woman when it's time to give it to the woman and let her lead. And for black women, is to let men lead when it's time for men to actually lead, right? And not missing a step or missing a beat with that. I feel like that's very important too. But at the same time, I feel like us black men, it's a matter of getting to a point so where we can just congregate together, get in our own space, and carve out what we want to carve out. Because iron sharpens iron at the end of the day. And it's like if black men can give with black men, and just iron sharpen iron, man, in whatever way that is, competitively, it's just like we'll see a drastic change. It's an iron sharpen iron thing. That's why they take down, the basketball courts and, all the other type of stuff that actually bring black men together, because they know that's the most dangerous thing on the face of this earth. And then combine that with the relinquishing of power for the black woman to take over her role. That's a ultimate, mighty, dynasty thing right there. And it's like, I feel like when that takes place, when we even, then that gives us more power to create more businesses, and that gives us more power to do all these things, because with the combination of both and the synchronization of both things working in coordinates with each other, the creation of businesses, the establishment of power in the community, and all these, and all these things that we want and that we look for can stop being put on hold. And we could actually make even more of a drastic change than we're already making. I feel like that's the move, right? Like that's the vibe right now, that or that's just the that just happens to be just what I think, in my opinion, like right now, in terms of the way we're going. That's my opinion on the whole subject. It's just a matter of black men us as black men just just, hey man, like doing what you do, but just finding your separation. Sometimes to be able to just get with other black men and just, carve out yourself, and like, just be you, dog, man. Find your escape from these women, from time to time, and just, I mean, not to knock on women. I mean, not to knock the, of course we love our women, but us as black men, we need our space. So as black men, is just, being able to, separate yourself and find your space to where you can really, just exert your presence, man, work out, and, just be you. You feel me? But then at the same time, it's like, of course, always respecting your women, always respecting the women, getting with each other, right? Like, as black men, working out together, expressing our, expressing ourselves with each other, like, in terms of like what we build, like all types of shit like that, just, that's all that shit is important, in terms of, carving out a community. And I think that once we get to start doing that, and like once we get to start like, understanding that concept of balance, of energy, and balance of who's, some balance of power, is just a matter of time before, we really take off and spark some shit with no problems, So yeah, that's the subject of this video right here. That's the message in this video that we want to get across, is most certainly just as black men, being able to really carve out ourselves, and self-esteem, bro. Like, having self-esteem within ourselves, man. That's the biggest thing for me, I think, is just the self-esteem thing, like, and the self-esteem of our craft and our hard work. Like, nothing should come before that, in my opinion, as a black man. I don't think nothing should come before that, right? But at the same time, the only thing that should equal that, right, from time to time, when in a timely fashion, is just, respecting our women, and relinquishing that power when it's time. Like, because sometimes, it'd be time to just, there's a time for everything, right? There's a time to exert masculinity, and there's a time to have your feminine energy, right? There's a time for both. You just can't be masculine all the time. That's where the wild, crazy stuff happens, is when masculine energy takes its course and it just doesn't stop, right? And there's no pause button on it, right? Because masculine energy is just one force that just knows how to, go one way, right? It don't know how to maneuver through all of the energies of life, because it isn't complete without its feminine energy. So that's my thing, in terms of as black men go, and when we talk about chaotic energy, I think it's just the relinquishing of the masculine energy from time to time, because it's not the sole force that is, roaming this earth. There is another force that it has, and that it must give energy to, or relinquish, give energy to, in order for proper sustainment, and that's the feminine energy. So, without further ado, that's going to conclude this video. Hopefully this video is helpful for somebody who needs to hear it. And at the same time, I want to say this about the feminine energy too. Like, this shit can go off the chain too. Like, most of the problems I feel like I see that we have as a community in terms of chaotic energy is just the imbalance between either masculine energy or the imbalance between feminine energy. Now, when we talk about one, people talking about so masculine energy, we got so much masculinity. That's why it's all chaotic. That's why the energy's so crazy. Oh, we got feminine energy, so much feminine energy, ain't no masculinity going on. That's why the shit's so crazy. Like both. I'm gonna be honest and real with you. It's really just the fact that at times there's too much masculine energy and at times there's too much feminine energy and there's no balance. It's not one way or the other. It is just a timely and inconsistent balance between, at one point feminine energy is ruling too much and it's too dominant, and at another point masculine energy is being too dominant and now it's getting chaotic. It's just the imbalance or an infrequent balance of energies. It's not even just one or the other. It's literally just like our community is not one way or the other. It's literally just both from time to time being interchangeably just off beat, off balance, one way or the other, man. Like literally, that's what it is. It ain't just one way or the other. It's literally from time to time one way or the other. So without further ado, I hope that made some sense. Hopefully I make my point on that because I feel like that's the number one thing, and you know what I'm saying. And brothers, just got to be able to hold their self-esteem, about themselves, regardless of how much shit, you take, be yourself, craft out yourself, love yourself, and hold your self-esteem in the face of this white man, and then like, and at the end of the day, hold your self-esteem so high, but don't neglect to relinquish some of that power to the black woman when it's time. And so that's my 2 cents on the whole thing. I'm gonna conclude this video right here. And I think the last thing is, of course, I want to say, it is for black men to especially with that masculine energy, and it's just to have a keen eye, and just have a keen open eye, to be in terms of especially in terms of when we're being directed at our black women too. So yeah, I'm going to conclude this video right here. Hopefully this video is helpful for whomever needs to hear it. Peace, love, and the black woman too. It's just, of course, iron sharpen iron again. Black women, that's an iron sharpen iron thing. But at the end of the day, understand that there's a black man in the room that you got to relinquish power to from time to time so he can express himself. A lot of the problems that you deal with, of course, yeah, we know that you want to, do all this stuff and dominate, but you got to let the black man be the black man. Let him get his space. Let him craft that. Let him, It's as simple as that. It's a vice versa thing. As a black man, you got to be able to hold yourself, high regardless. It's as simple as that. The black, as a black man, you got to be able to hold yourself of high regard regardless. Like, you got to be able to hold that esteem regardless. But, like, it's as simple as that. You feel me? Yeah, it's as simple as that. But, yeah, that's going to conclude this joint right here. I'm going to see y'all in the next one. Peace. We out.